Meet the Hagmaxxers, Gen Z's new social trend of dating older women. Chat, press 1 if this is just an existing social trend renamed. This is just cougars, but now it's got a new name. Go on, Hayden.
Well, I just saw this image floating around on social media. And I gotta say, what's going on with this woman's donk down here in the back? Like, she's got a lot.
The whole thing has been horizontally extended for some reason.
What? Damn, son. Like, she's, got a lot going on.
Well, there's the problem with this is, of course, that this huge and obviously real new trend is driving up the standards of older women. Here you have one of the highest standards, one of the most delusional older women I think I've ever seen on one of these dating sites. Cassandra, who demands the following. Looking for a stepdad for her kids, qualification must have 6-figure salary, must have a car that can fit all her kids comfortably or be willing to buy an SUV, 6-pack mandatory, single dad will not be qualified, I'm not sure why there's a dash there, willing to marry in less than a month, she will need a 30-carat diamond ring, or 30 carat or 30 grand, I'm not sure which, before the wedding, must be 6 foot taller. She should have written or taller. I guess she's not quite the cat she thinks she is.
I don't believe this is real, Uzalu. I don't believe this is real.
4 to 6 bedroom available for her 2 kids. Must pay all the rent and mortgages. Must adopt all her kids and 2 dogs. Must know how to cut grass. Chat, press 1 if you think this is real. Press 1 if you think that there are women this delusional at age 40. Zenman the first to press 1, of course.
There are women similar to this level of delusion. This, however, is clearly a troll.
You think
in my opinion, yes, I think this is clearly a troll. There are women who are super delusional, but this is insane.
Yes, it is.
I keep seeing shit like this, and have you seen the Pearl Davis stuff with what she said to Chrissy Mayr?
I heard from Wes that
didn't she call a woman who just had a baby fat or something?
Yes. So Chrissy Mayr is, I wouldn't call it us friends, but we're acquaintances, right? I know Chrissy Mayr. Chrissy Mayr is a comedian. She's often on Friday Night Tights and a bunch of other, Geeks and Gamers type stuff. And Chrissy would have been in Vegas with us a couple weeks ago when I was there, but Chrissy was 9 months pregnant and obviously wasn't going to go. Chrissy is in her late 30s, and she just had a baby 3 weeks ago, and Pearl Davis called her a fat cow, essentially. And because Chrissy's husband, Pearl's off talking her typical shit and being like, all women are garbage, blah, 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 blah. And Chrissy's husband responded to her and said, essentially, I'm praying that you find, my wife and I, we find God together. I'm praying that you find a husband. And then she called Chrissy fat and said she was an ugly old hag, essentially. Chrissy just had a baby 3 weeks ago. Okay. And Pearl then turned this and she said it was called a buzzer baby, meaning that Chrissy is running out of time, which is true. Okay. I mean, it is true. Whatever. But basically, dehumanized her and her baby and said it was a buzzer baby. You lunatic bitch. I've been so pissed off all day. That's what woke me up this morning. And I checked my phone. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. This unbelievable horse shit.
Didn't she essentially say, no one wants what you have to the happily married man?
She said exactly, Motch. She said to the happily married man who just had a child 3 weeks ago, no one wants what you have, end quote. Really? I think millions of people want what they have of having a wife and a child.
I expect Pearl does, to be honest.
Allegedly.
I don't know.
But apparently not.
Her name calling is whatever, but the reasons behind it, maybe there's something going on there. But I do have Zenman in chat defending Pearl. I still haven't looked into what she's actually been saying.
I mean, anyone who wants to defend,
according to
Chrissy's
Zen,
been a bitch to Pearl for years.
Yeah,
he's talking about the girly podcast that they do, where yes, they have been mean to Pearl, but let's be honest, Pearl has been mean since Jump Street towards any woman outside of herself. Pearl has always been mean and cruel and terrible. So the fact that other people are judgmental of her while she judges other women is really, Zedman. Have you watched any of Pearl's content ever? She has been horrific the entire time. She is just, yes, she's a mean girl. She has always been a mean girl. And that's why I can't tolerate her. I don't like meanness like that. I think it's gross, and I think it's unnecessary and it's uncalled for. That's just my opinion. But it's this exact same type of shit as this woman, this fake woman or real woman here, Cassandra.
Cassandra. If the meanness is gratuitous, it says something. But the meanness in itself isn't really a problem.
No, but it is gratuitous meanness. Of calling a woman who gave birth 3 weeks ago fat. Come on. What are you doing?
Well, I don't know if that's all the context, but that would be. I mean, that would just be like logically flawed because yes, you would expect them to be fat if they have like pregnancy fat still.
Well, she was talking about her when she was pregnant and called her fat. Like, yeah, duh. What do you think? What do you think pregnancy is? You dipshit. Oh my God, she's an idiot. Oh, well, she's not an idiot actually. If you want my real opinion, I think that she's a government paid for shill. I think she is bought and owned by a government. I don't know which government it is. It might be the U.S. government. It might be Mossad. I don't really know. But some government is paying for this woman to actively make men and women hate each other. I absolutely believe that. And I will stick by my statement on that. I think that Pearl Davis is a government operative. That's the end of my statement. Fight me.
Well, there you have it.
I know you're not going to. Jack can.
I did hear from Wes recently that Pearl was on a stream with Lauren Chen, and Wes said that Pearl like dominated Lauren Chen on that stream, did very well, and that Lauren was acting very sort of like feministy.
Pearl gets along with the honey badgers. Holy shit, Zen, you have no idea. No, I've known the honey badger. All of us who have been men's rights advocates for the last 10 years or whatever hate this who has co-opted men's rights advocacy and is doing more harm to men's rights than anyone has done since the feminist movement in the 1960s. That's Pearl Davis. Hope you're happy. There she is. Not Allison or Karen Strawn. You mean the people who founded honey badgers? Yeah. Sorry, I gotta stop responding.
That's all right. Just are you aware of the talk between Pearl Davis and Lauren Chen recently? Because I haven't seen it.
Yes, it was on Tim Pool.
Good.
To be fair, I did watch it. Pearl did very well in that debate, I would say. Now, why did Pearl do well in that debate? Because Pearl doesn't have any of her own arguments. She repeats things that other people have told her. So she did a pretty good job of repeating arguments that other people have told her. And I think that, unfortunately, Lauren was not prepared for some of that. Lauren is a really good person who I like a lot. Pearl was better at straw manning, I would say, or better debating. Let's put it that way.
Okay, well, if
being better at debating doesn't mean shit, though.
No, if it's the debate tactics, then yeah, that's different.
Yes,
but what I had heard was that Lauren did in fact have some feministy positions. She
did, but Lauren did come off. She came off as having feministy positions, I would think, but ultimately, Pearl is anti-male. She is telling and advocating for men to check out of the dating market, to check out of reproduction, to check out of all manners of relating with women. Who do you think benefits from that? I'm just asking the question. Who benefits from men checking out of the dating market and choosing to not interact with women? Do you think that's the right? Do you think that's a conservative position, or do you think that that's a NWO, WH, kind of shit?
I would suspect in this case it's not as likely that they're a government op or a psyop. It's more likely
Pearl hates men, Zan.
It's more likely just that there's one person who is of that type, and that is likely given how many people there are. And if that it was a government scheme, you'd see more than just one person doing it, and not even particularly successfully.
In my opinion, it's the WEF. It's WEF. It's NWO. Absolute bullshit. She's paid for by governments in order to encourage men and women to not have relationships with one another. That's what she's been encouraging and promoting for years. She actively wants men and women to not get together, reproduce, and have relationships. That's what she promotes. She's promoting for years. If you don't like it, sorry, but you might want to re-listen to what she says, because that's what she says.
Well, I'm not passing judgment on any of these parties because I haven't seen the stuff that they've been saying. But I used to be friendly with Lauren Chen many years ago. Back in
I like Lauren Chen quite a lot. I think she didn't do great in that debate on Tim's show, but that's it.
I wouldn't mind talking to her again at some point and find out if she really has gone in a different direction or if that was just a misunderstanding.
No, she hasn't. It was more the direction of the debate.
Understood. Meatbun in chat is saying that Lauren is not good at live debates, just like Sargon. And yeah, I've seen many reasons to think Sargon's not great at debates. If you're not, Aiden, it's probably just because you're too commiserate, too magnanimous, too nice. Tactics are a bit of a problem, but I try to. I'm not interested in debating people who would use dishonest tactics. I'm only interested in debates with honest people.
Yes, and that's the problem. Is that Pearl Davis is not an honest person. She is a dishonest actor who I believe is owned by foreign governments, or maybe the U.S. government. I don't know which one. Someone owns her, though. Clearly, that's just my opinion. Put my tinfoil hat on. That's just the truth. From my perspective.
Motch, you said some interesting things in chat. Do you want Aiden and I to shut up for a second so you can actually say them? Go ahead. They seem interesting.
No, I don't mind. I was just saying, there's the whole thing of like, oh, the purpose of a system is what it does. So do we think that people listening to Pearl results in more happy couples or not?
It definitely results in no happy couples, because Pearl's whole shit is that like all women are whores. There is no woman who is pure enough for you as a man. Denounce all women. Don't get involved with a woman because she is a whore. For me, how is that helping anything? She basically she will say when pressed, she says like, well, I'm not saying that I'm a good representative. So who is? She says essentially that every single woman on earth is not worth any man. How is that gonna help, Pearl? Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a weird position. It does seem like it maybe is exaggerated for
Pearl
attention.
says. Try listening to what Pearl says, Zen. Come on. I've listened to her shit. Are you kidding me?
Maybe at some point we'll have to find out. But Mr. Twisted Frenzy says, is it okay that I just don't give a shit about any of these people? Yes.
Yeah,
the reason I do
honest.
is not the individuals, it's what they're doing and what that indicates. Like the anthropological example, if there's something unique or unusual about it, then it will help in a general understanding of humanity. And I think in this case, this is unusual. It's something I haven't seen at any other time. As I say, like whatever you can say about Pearl, she does appear to be kind of unique. So I do find her a little bit interesting.
She's interesting in that she's unique, and also this is curious. It's funny that this has happened. Is that the only arguments I've gotten into with Spoon in the course of our 2 years of being co-hosts was over Pearl, because he just, in my opinion, simps for her. He'll hate that terminology, but he just says like, well, 1% of the things that she says are correct. I'm like, yeah, that's true. She does say like 1 or 2% of the things that she says are accurate and correct. But 98% of the things that she says are harmful and deleterious to society. So I should be allowed to call those out. And he'll say, but the 2%. No, sorry. She is a net negative. I can't stand this woman. She drives me nuts.